Next, I would like to invite Venerable Chi Kwan to make some well wishes. So, everyone, please welcome Chi Kwan. Thank you.
So, to Venerable Ayapeka and Venerable Nasarano and all the Venerables. And I have to resist from saying Bante Jag, but to John. And, oh, where's my head? This is the senior moments. Peter. Don't know what happens at times, but anyway, it does happen, particularly with names. But Peter. So it is an extraordinary what everyone has expressed earlier. It is extraordinary what has been created here, and in great respect and honour to Peter and to Aya and to John and to all of those who've actually, we can't see them all here, to the lay people who've been very involved from the beginning. I have been part of the story from when I came back from Korea in '98, when I met Elizabeth Bell, who had a dream that this would happen one day. And she had been hoping for it, and that was the beginning of Sanghamita Rama. So Elizabeth sanctioned the opening of Sanghamita Rama. She wasn't there, but she was very happy about it happening. And there were quite a lot of people who had been hoping that one day there would be a Bhikkhuni monastery here. And as it turned out, we started with the nuns and with Venerable Jag at the time, ex-Jag with John. And I came out quite a number of times, to visit and offer a little bit of, I don't know about teaching, but, a little bit of support in one way or another. And met Peter around that time. And I just could see that even though there were many dreams and expressions of ideas floating around and sometimes disagreements, that there was a motivation there that was moving towards really a dream happening. The land, I'd actually taught a retreat on this land when I lived in Dalesford. I came back and lived in Dalesford from '98 until 2002, and I gave a retreat here. It was a little convention sort of centre, and so, I don't know what that did, but probably it just brought me back again for a greater purpose. And I don't think I ever really fully, and I should have had much more faith at the time, but I didn't really fully believe at that time how John's interpretation of what this property could be, along with Ayapeka and others from the BSV. We saw it in a diagram and it looked, really a very great a very great dream. But, knowing the power of Ajahn Brahm, I wasn't surprised to see it happening, in the way you moved forward with it. And so I really do wish Newbury and all the supporters and the Venerable, every good health and well-being and the development of the Dharma here in the greatest way I can imagine. Because I know now you have the lay people's resort over the road. That's, well, you've got to start with, as Ajahn Brahm is right in that. I didn't agree with him early on. I sort of thought, well, why do you have such a fancy place for people to come where they all have their own bathrooms and leave heaters on? You know, how are you going to manage to pay for this? But he's wise, you know, he's got a wisdom that we can't imagine really, because he always can see the potential that if you make a facility that doesn't have to be too fancy, but it certainly has to be somewhat comfortable, you know, these days, then people will come. And first the lay people come, and then out of, you know, a few thousand, a monk or a nun arises. I mean, it may not be that many, it may be, depending on the economics. They always say that more ordain when the economics turn south. In Korea, the temples are swamped when suddenly the finance of the country is poorly. So, not that we wish that upon this culture, but, you know, hopefully many will come to ordain with both the monks and the nuns. So you do have my well wishes and my deepest of respect for all you have done and all that's going to come further. Thank you.
Thank you, Venerable Chi Kwan. We are really grateful for your presence here, and I really like your sense of humor as well. So, excuse me. Next, I would like to invite any of the monastics. Okay. Yep. Yep. Peter, please. Okay, over to you, Peter.
10 years ago, or possibly 11 years ago, I was called upon by the BSV, the committee, but especially Monk Jag, as he was then, John Wakefield behind me. The BSV, as I understood it at the time, had been talking about establishing a monastery for about 30 years, and there'd been obstacles in the way during that time. Monk Jag and Ira Pekka in particular, I think, were the key drivers this time around. And I think it was Monk Jag who, I think, John, as you are now, I think you looked at least 100 properties and found this one. A lady called Nola owned this property. It was like a convention centre and a retreat place. And it's amazing. I'm only finding out today that you led a retreat here, and I think Ajahn Brahm led a couple here as well. So there's and perhaps others. So there's definitely a connection with this place as it was then, and some of the people who are here today. And the sports car. Ajahn, you've asked me about the sports car, and I sort of I said to you I had to have it back in Melbourne by 5 p.m. that day. But the lady who owned this place, Nola, lovely lady, wanted to sell the property, but was very attached to the property. And I remember when I sort of I came here a few times to talk to her, speak to her. Had numerous cups of tea with her, and we were talking about this earlier. It took 3 goes. It's always the rule of 3, isn't it? So the first time I came and spoke to her about making an offer on behalf of the BSV, I think she sort of half said yes, and then thought about it. You know, the BSV, Buddhist Society of Victoria, monks, nuns who've got no money, you know, no thank you. I went back to the BSV and said, look, would you give me permission, I should say. It was pro bono, by the way. There was no commission payable for this job. Karmic commission, yes. And they said yes. Please have another try. And so I can't remember what I said to her the second time, but she said yes again. And then about a week later, said no. And then I went back to the committee and Monk Jag and others and said, look, one more time, triple gem. And went and spoke to her, and that time she agreed, and she stuck by the agreement, and the BSV signed the contract. And at the time, I think none of us knew where the money was going to come from, but it was a leap of faith, and here we are 10 years later. So thank you for both you, Aya, and John, as you are now, for allowing me to be a part of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for sharing those historic challenges. When the monastery was, establishing. So thanks for that. Next, I would like to invite Rohan to say a few words. Rohan is also one of those who has contributed significantly to the establishment of the monastery. So please welcome Rohan.
Look, I'm so happy, and I feel I'm blessed to be here on this 10th anniversary of the BS on the Newbury Monastery. So, someone born and raised a Catholic, I never thought I'll be here. So, look, I've got a long involvement with the monastery from the day it was purchased. I believe Indira was in the committee, and then Bhante Jag and I, Upeka, were here, and we drew the initial plans for the meditation center in a A3 piece of paper. And ex-Bhante Jag basically gave the idea, we sort of drew it up, and we had this wonderful sort of concept of making it more like, the Hobbit halls in the Lord of the Rings. So we have these rolling hills, and we had the monks' cottages inside the sort of little caves dug into the hills. And so we went up with this plan to Ajahn Brahm. And Ajahn Brahm said, yes, why not? And but then we costed it, right? And it was exorbitant. So we thought, obviously we can't. We have to tone it down. So eventually we decided we'll build a little, very, very sort of exactly the same buildings that you now see up in the hills. Little cottages dotted over the hillside, and we designed the Sangha house. And so this was all after all these buildings were renovated by John and all of the volunteers. So made it habitable, and then we started building. I think the budget at that time was about 2.1 million, I think, and 2.3 million, yes. And BSV has actually spent all its money on buying the property. We didn't have a cent. So how do you raise funds? Ajahn Brahm said, don't worry, go ahead. Money will come. And so we started quietly. We got a good builder who did a good job, actually. And we finished that part of the building. And then Ajahn Brahm said, okay, why don't you go ahead with the rest of it? And then we had sort of designed the retreat center at that time. And so it was also like not what you see now. It was more like a very curved shape, again, going with the contours onto the hills. And again, yeah, and again, we had to tone it down because because it was unaffordable, so we sort of compressed it. And Ajahn Mudito was, of course, here by then, and then we sort of finalized the plans, and then it was a big project. So, the first part we did it on our own, basically pro bono, and so it was, this one is too. Obviously, we thought it's too big to do it that way, so we decided to give it to a consultancy firm, and so we called for quotations, and then obviously I persuaded the company that I worked at that time to give a price, and they gave a very good discounted price. So they were awarded the consultancy services to design and manage the project, and then of course I sort of left the company and joined another company, and then my involvement with the project was not very close. But the company actually managed the construction. We got the same builder who delivered the previous project, but unfortunately, I think he had good intentions of completing it, but COVID hit and something happened, and they sort of they couldn't deliver. I think they struggled. The company had financial issues, and they were not forthright with us. And then, it dragged on. And eventually, I think the BSV decided the compassionate way is not going to work with this guy, to crack the whip, and he was sacked, I think. So last February, I came here. Indira was actually not here. She was in Sri Lanka. She didn't know. And so I came on the 15th to my birthday, happened to be my birthday. And I offered dana, and I met with Ajahn Mudito, and he was not very happy, and was wondering what to do. And I said, Ajahn, look, we can do it. Let's do it. Let's take over and do it. So I got involved again, and here we are. So I think we are making good progress with the retreat center project. So we just got the occupancy permit last week for the cottages. The stupa, with all the effort of Ravi and his group, we got the stupa done now. And so we are hoping that we can get the rest completed by end of the year. It's great. Yes. Yes, so look, I think Indira reminded me. So we wouldn't have been able to sort of take over and do this all by ourselves, right? So a lot of people actually put their hand up, right? So we have a wonderful team here who are helping us. So we have Anil, I don't know what Anil's here. So Anil's looking after all of the mechanical hydraulic services side of the things. We have Praveen, the structural engineer, is looking after all the civil and structural engineering side. And all these people are juggling full-time jobs, really. Yeah. And then, of course, Pial here. Without him, it won't get built. He's the builder. Yeah, so...
What do you want me to say? Okay. No, actually, what happened was In the first place, I'm a very small builder. To be very frank, even I don't have a website on our own. We do only design houses 1 or 2 for a year. And one day my architect called me and asked me, Pierre, there's a job like this, would you like to help? Then at that time I didn't know Rohan or anybody here. Then since it was something to do with Buddhist temple, I said, Malcolm, actually his name is Malcolm, sorry, I forgot to tell him. Then I said, yes, Malcolm, we look at it. Then he gave me the address and I came over here and had a look. Nobody knew that I came and I went back. Then the next day I was talking to, I think, I can't remember whom I spoke to, but somehow the Ajahn Brahm's name came up. So I have a very good friend called Don Vasanta. He's a Christian as well, but he's also very much into Ajahn Brahm's speeches. So we were watching actually Ajahn Brahm's speeches YouTube. Then I called him Vassa. I called Vassa and said, Vassa, this is Ajahn Brahm's job. Then he said, yeah, we'll take it, right? That's how we got involved. We didn't know what difficulties are there, whether the plans are okay. We just blindly said, yes, we'll do it. Then how we are going to cost it? That was another problem. We said, yes, now how we are going to do it? So then, of course, I spoke to Rohan and Indira, and we had a meeting. Then I told, I'll add up a margin for the cost, and we'll go on that basis. So since then, we have come forward to this level. Thank you so much.
Next, I would like to invite Indira to say a few words, please, Indira. Let's welcome Indira.
So, anyway, Rohan has basically said most of the things that I would have loved to say. So, what I would say is, thanks to Ayapeka and John, like I came with John and Ayapeka to see the site on the first day that we were here with 2 others. So from that day onwards, I have been with this monastery, and I'm so happy and blessed to have this opportunity to help in this way, which I never dreamt of. And for the last 10 years, so I have been in touch with all of the monastics, and I'm really I just wanted to emphasize that I really feel happy to come here. It's nothing against the monks, but when I feel the warmth of nuns, I really feel like coming here. And that's what kept me going. It's nothing against the monks, but the warmth. I think maybe in our culture that's something that we like to have. So the same way, I mean, it's the relationships that work, and also the team spirit that works. So luckily we have a good team on our side. David, Anil, Pial, and then Praveen, Rohit, who is here. He has been helping us throughout. He's the electrical engineer who helped us earlier. And most of all, I am supported by few of our very close friends, because I spend most of the time here sometimes, and they look after Rohan's food and all that. So I have to really thank my friends, close friends, Vijita, Mahesh, yeah, some of them are here, Sisira, and then Sunil, who was here. Actually, Sunil was the project manager earlier, who helped Rohan to draw up the plans, and we did some development work for the whole complex to get the approvals. So we are on track, but with a lot of difficulties. And thank you for the monks for all the help. And yeah, by the way, I completely forgot about at the stage 1 project, we had a lot of help from Danika, who couldn't be here today. And today we have someone, Sam Lasita. He's here today, who helped us to do the containers. So many people, I mean, they were doing full-time jobs. So that's basically one of the most difficult things, is to spend time here when you are doing a full-time job. But thanks to all those supporters from the building side, I'm really grateful and thankful to you. And yeah, so thank you, Aya. And yeah, Praveen is here. Yeah. Thank you to all of you. And sorry for taking more time on the building side, but let's. I hope that there will be someone taking the batons from now on, because this will be the last part of Rohan's and my commitment. So hopefully there will be someone coming forward, because it's a very nice thing to do. So I invite anyone from a technical background to start carrying the torch now for the next phase. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Aya. First of all, I didn't come here prepared for a speech. I just came here to participate in this occasion. I'll have to thank the monastery for the opportunities we have provided to us, to our group. So I'm speaking on behalf of our group. Most of them are today doing a working bee on Europe temple today, so that's why they are not here. So yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, listening to all of these speeches, it has been a privilege for us to add a drop to the ocean. So thanks for that opportunity, and we are looking forward to, to continue to support the monastery as best as we can. Thank you.
Next, I would like to invite Alfred to say a few words. Alfred.
Hello, thank you very much for inviting me to say a few words. Firstly, I'd like to also express my gratitude to all these people who has helped out to make this a reality, particularly IOPECA, Ajahn Jack, I still call him Ajahn, and Peter, who I've just met today. I've heard about you, but only today that I really met you. So thank you very much, and all the other monastics and all the supporters that has put in great effort. Yes, so but now I also want to rejoice with all of you. Not that I've done a lot in this project. At my age, at 86, I don't think I can do very much, so excuse me for that. But I want to rejoice with you because during my term as a vice president in BSV, during 1996 or around that area, we have already been talking about this project. We already had in mind that we wanted to have a retreat center, but it could never take off. Every time we have the meeting, we have got problems, no money, no supporters, and we even quarrel actually in one of the meetings, with one of the monks also. Well, I don't want to name the monk, but as I said, as Ajahn Jack said, we quarrel because we care. That's why there was a quarrel. there was argument, Yeah. So anyway, that is my my talk today, just to say thank you to all of you. And I think this place will grow. I've got all the belief that it will grow. And it will be a wonderful place for both the monastics and the lay people. And that was, I think, is the dream of Ajahn Brahm. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alfred. Next, I would like to invite all the monastics to say a few words, please.
Very good. It's so nice to hear from everybody giving these talks about, and it is truly one of the things you have to reflect, that all these things we all benefit from being part of this project. Sometimes it's hard, but if you don't do something painful, it doesn't leave the lasting impact. That if you give a big donation to something, it doesn't just mean money-wise, but a lot of effort. That's what makes the big impact. If you do something which is easy to do, the karma, the vipaka you get from that, it's not so great. So sometimes we do a lot of these things, and the effort is tremendous. Sometimes you just think how much we benefit from ourselves, but we have to have the faith that we'll reap the benefit from that, not just this lifetime, but in the future lifetimes. All of the goodness you do, even if sometimes you feel that we get a bit angry with each other, or a bit too. Sometimes there's a little bit of like arguments or disagreements, rather. Again, saying what John said, that it's because we care. We don't really argue with each other, but we argue about how things should be done. The facts argue, but not the people so much. But I'm saying I'd be very grateful to be part of this project, and a lot of other people have done the work before me, and I do my part. And we only push the wheel for a while, and then it's the other people's turn to push the wheel. We all know life, it's fleeting. 10 years go past. I look at the pictures of most of you 10 years ago. You look so much younger. And I'm sure the 10 years go past again, and we look at the pictures, we look young now. So let's keep pushing the wheel, and it's going to bring a tremendous help for many other people after us and for ourselves as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ajahn Mudito. And please, Ajahn Sataro or any of the nuns, please, we would like to hear from you.
Enough? Yeah. Sorry. Bande Chunda, Bande Poridacha. There's been few monks actually here. They done a lot of, I must admit. Yeah. Venerable Vimoka was here. There's been same with other Bande Saranaketi. Bante Arana Vihar. Yeah, we always forget. Yeah. Let's look at the video, and there will be. We'll see everybody who's been a part of it.
Just quickly, I forgot to mention. The service, we talk about the buildings. There are other things that support the monasteries like this, and for the unwavering support of the doctors who come here to help, which is like Dr. Ishani, Dr. Vimukti, and all the other doctors who come to here to help. And a special thanks to our volunteers who are doing the AV team and the all the technical stuff, which is always going unnoticed, including y'all, the photographers or the video recorders. Like all these years, we have developed so much within our website, and that's something that we tend to forget, but that's how we sort of move forward with this, because that's the way it is going to be in the future. It's not like one-on-one, but through systems like that, through thanks to Sri Jut and everyone who is doing an amazing job with the audio visuals and all the technological things with the websites. So I forgot to thank, I mean, this is not a thanking note, but I thought I'll mention that to thank all of you, the support staff like the doctors and all. Thank you. And also the citizen and the kitchen team and so many people who have been keeping going, like, you know, it's with difficult circumstances. So I'm always thankful to them, and special thanks to Richard, because he was behind us from day one when we started the project, doing the plans and all that, and he was the support at the monastery for years and years at the beginning. So thank you to all those who supported.
Next, we have a video prepared. The video is about the history of Newbury from Taiwan. So yeah, please enjoy it. And this video would go for about 15 minutes.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
I don't think any commentaries are needed because everything is probably, how do I say, captioned and all that. So I believe they're quite clear. We have gone through it many times, and we'd like to thank Conrado for compiling this. Yeah. It's a storytelling from the day one, the first visit here. Thanks to Kora for inviting our Singaporean friends to Red Beard to have a good meal before coming here. And then things started to unfold favorably. Yeah.
Ima sunmi ara
Abhya Ajahn Mudito
Dear all, I hope you all have enjoyed the wonderful video. It certainly brings us back a lot of wonderful memories. And before we move on to the next segment of the program, which is the last segment, and that is to go over to the new meditation hall and have a look at it for yourself. Sorry, the retreat center. Yep, the retreat center, the SOS. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Conrado for putting that wonderful video together again. And also special thanks to the audio and visual team, led by Shuju, and with great contribution from Mark as well. Without the expertise, we won't be able to enjoy such a beautiful video. So thanks for that. Very much appreciated. Yes, and our professional photographer for today is Arvind as well. Yeah, he has been working really hard, I'm sure. Okay, so I think we'll take a 5 or 10 minutes break. And what time? It's 1 o'clock now. Yep. So at 1:15, feel free to make your way down to the new meditation center. Ajahn Mudito has kindly offered to be there to answer some questions if you're curious about. If you have any questions about the new meditation center. Yeah, so with that in mind, let's go out and enjoy the sunshine as well. And thanks everyone for being here. Thank you.
Also special thanks to Simon, the organizing team, and also to the committee members, past and present. Yep.